Chapter 15. Summer's Point of View. I tightened all the muscles in my body until they started to burn. I wanted to feel something other than dirty. The memory of his lips on my cheek was making me feel ill, and I wanted to throw up and scrub myself clean. Lily. I looked up to see Rose and Poppy standing in front of me, looking really worried. Rose guided me to the sofa and made me sit down. I took a deep breath, feeling my lungs sting as they filled with air. Sorry, I'm okay, I mumbled. Poppy smiled sympathetically and squeezed my hand. This was only going to get worse. Would I get out of here before he raped me? I'm going to make us all a nice hot chocolate, Rose said cheerfully as she walked over to the kitchen. I glared back at her. She really thinks a hot chocolate was going to make this okay. She frustrates me so much, but I can't hate her. It's not her fault that she's like this. Poppy isn't like it as much, but I guess that's because Rose has been down here longer. I drank my hot chocolate quickly, burning my tongue and barely tasting it. I tried to focus on something other than him kissing me, but I can still feel his disgusting lips on my skin. I'm having a shower, I said, jumping up. I couldn't stay out here anymore. I needed to feel clean again. I turned the hot water on and stepped in. It was too hot, but I forced myself to stay under the water. I scrubbed my whole body until it hurt, but no matter how much I cleaned myself, I still felt dirty. I finally got out when my body stunk so much I could barely move. My body was red and the side of my cheek where he kissed me was bleeding a little. I winced in pain as I touched it lightly. It was going to leave a mark, but at least the skin where he touched was gone. Rose and Poppy gasped when I walked out of the bathroom. Lily, what did you do? Rose asked, looking at my cheek. It's fine, I replied with a shrug. I'm tired. Night. I didn't want to get into it now. I just needed to go to bed. Night. They called at the same time. I climbed into bed and pulled the cover over my head and squeezed my eyes shut. The week passed so slowly, and each day I felt like I was going to go insane. He's getting worse. He talks to himself a lot, but he doesn't come down here for very long anymore. So whatever he's doing, I'm almost grateful for. Rose said he probably just stressed. Apparently, he gets very anxious when there are an uneven number of us down here. He likes things to match and makes sure our outfits are coordinated. Today, we're all wearing a white tank top and a blue flower on the bottom right, blue cardigan and matching long white skirt with the same flower at the bottom. I feel old, but I really don't care about the clothes I wear. We're spending the whole day cleaning the kitchen, disinfecting the counters and cupboards, washing the walls and floor, cleaning between the tiles with a toothbrush, wiping the packages and tins of food, and washed all the cups, plates, and utensils. Rose said she takes all day as we have to repeat the process 3 times to get it clean to his standards. His sick psychotic standards. Okay, Lily, if you and Poppy start taking everything out of the cupboards and putting them on the table, I'll mix the floor cleaner and get the mop, Rose said, taking the lead. I was actually grateful that we were doing this. At least today would pass quickly and I could go to bed. At night is the only time I let myself think of Lewis. When I lay down and close my eyes, I picture his face and everything we've done together. Without him, I probably would have given up a long time ago. After 3 hours, we stopped to have sandwich for lunch. I sat down at the table and my legs were stinging where I was crouching down. cleaning inside the cupboards. I was tired already and we were nowhere near done. Looking around the room, I almost started crying again. It doesn't seem real. Things like this just don't happen. We'd better get this done before he gets back, Poppy said as she picked up our paper plates and threw them in a black bag. I stood up and grabbed a sponge ready to scrub the same clean spot again. I forced the tears back down and took a deep breath. What would Lewis be doing right now? Would he still be looking? Does he know I'm still alive? It kills me that I don't know what he's thinking. I just want some way of telling him I'm not dead and that I love him more than anything in the world. I won't give up, no matter what he does for me. Not if there's still a chance I can get out of here and be with Lewis again. Lewis' point of view. I sat in her bed watching the news in case something happened in the hour and a half I've been here. The police were holding someone called David Smith in connection with the murders of the girls in the canal. One of them, the latest girl to die, was Helen McDonald, and she was having an affair with David. The police think that Helen was planning to tell his wife, so he killed her. He's also been known to have other affairs and even used prostitutes in the past. They think that he's done something to Summer, but he denies it. Everything, and says he's never seen Sum before. The only thing he's admitted to is the affair, and that was only because CCTV footage was found in the lobby of the hotel of him and Helen kissing. Until he was shown that, and he denied that too. If he can lie about having an affair with Helen, then he can lie about doing something to Summer. Apart from finding Summer's phone and where he dumped their bodies, there's nothing to link him to her abduction, so the police are still considering other options and searching for her. I think he did it, I just need to find out why and what he's done with her. With the murder investigation and further searches and surveillance around the canal, there's not as many police officers looking for her, so I'm doing more. Getting up earlier and not coming back until 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. It's exhausting, but I can't give up. Dawn is convinced that Smith has killed her, and this morning was pleading with police to let her talk to him and beg him to tell her the truth. She's not dead, but Dawn won't listen to me. If Smith has done something to her, then he's holding her somewhere, and she's just waiting for us to find her. I just want to know where is she, and if he's hurt her, I'll kill him. I've thought about just going to the station when he's being interviewed and shooting him or something, but he's the only one that knows where she is. Lewis? Mom said softly, shaking my arm. Lewis, it's almost 6. I sat up and looked out the window. It was getting light outside. Thanks, I said as I jumped out of the bed, pulling my jeans and hoodie on. She smiled sadly, and I could see that she wanted to beg me to take a break, but she knows that I won't. There's some breakfast on the table. Great, thanks. Has there been any news this morning? She shook her head and looked at the floor. Nothing new. I didn't expect there would be, but my heart still sank a little more. They're continuing questioning today, but they won't say more than that. I just wish he'd tell us where she is. I clenched my jaw tight. I hate him. And every time anyone mentions his name or anything to do with him, I feel sick and want to smash something. It's over. He's been found, so why won't he just tell her where she is? Henry was shoveling the food down his throat when I sat down. I'm coming with you today, he said, chewing his food quickly. I nodded and ate just as fast, eager to get back outside and search. We did the usual search of the woods, fields, and anywhere else we passed, but like every other day, we found absolutely nothing. At 9 o'clock, we headed to the canal. It was far too dark to keep searching in the woods now, and we wanted to talk to the police and see if they found anything else. Michael came walking towards us as we approached the police tape. He usually meets us there as he knows we'll just walk under if he doesn't. Lewis Henry. He greeted us with a friendly smile. Hi, have you found anything? I said quickly before Henry could open his mouth. His scratched jaw, he scratched his jaw and looked around, making sure no one else could hear. Oh shit, what have they found? This morning, another body was recovered from the water, he said quietly. My heart stopped and Henry visibly tensed beside me. He put his hand up. No, it's not Summer. The body has been down there for quite a while. My body relaxed a little and I breathed a sigh of release. We're releasing a statement tomorrow morning, so please keep this quiet. We both nodded. He was actually okay and would always keep us up to date with any developments before anyone else. What about Smith? Is he talking yet? He shook his head. His jaw was tight. I know he wanted to solve this and find Summer as much as the rest of us. Nothing yet. He wasn't going to give up, I could tell. I just wish they would let me or even Dawn talk to him and maybe convince him or beg him to tell us where she is. It's so frustrating. There is no actual evidence to prove that he's killed those girls and abducted Summer. All they have is the fact that he was having an affair with Helen and used prostitutes. Nothing that would send him to prison unless he admitted it or some real evidence was found. Listen, I have to get on, but I'll keep you updated. We'll find her, he said passionately. He has a teenage daughter, so I think he's taking this quite personally, and I know he works extra hours too. Yeah, okay, thanks, Henry said quietly, and walked back to my car in silence. Henry is usually easy to read, but I have no idea what's going on inside his head anymore. He barely says anything to anyone and spends a lot of his time going over maps to see where she possibly could have been taken. Every time we pass a van, we stop to check it out. We know she was taken in a van, but the tire tracks weren't very good, so all we know is it's a van with crap tires on it. Unless they've had a new one put on since taking her. Sometimes I'll see someone with the same color hair, and my heart will go wild. The disappointment is crushing when I realize it's not her. You want to do one last check of those old element sheds before we go back? I asked Henry, who was staring out the window, concentrating on something, hard on something. Yeah, sure. He mumbled, not moving an inch. We'll find her, won't we? He asked after a few minutes of silence. I nodded. Yeah, I'm not giving up until we do. Me neither. You know, I don't want to have a boyfriend. I don't want her to have a boyfriend until she was at least 30, but I'm glad it's you she chose. I almost smiled. Thanks. I'm glad it's me too. He chuckled and quietly nodded his head. We pulled over 5 minutes later and grabbed the torches. We checked the 6 broken sheds, and as I thought, she wasn't there. Let's go, I said quietly, slowly walking back to the car.